Hi everyone, my name is Henry Morataya, and I'll be doing my presentation on human population growth. When we talk about human population growth, it affects every single one of us. When we think about it, it's a world issue. We usually picture things like climate change and poverty, but population growth is at the heart of both. My goal is to explain what population growth is, why it matters, and how it connects to us as students, and the ethical challenges it raises. We'll start by defining population growth, look at how fast it's changed over time, explore its effects, talk about ethics, and finish with what it means for our future. So first, let's look at what we actually mean when we say population growth. So what is human population growth? It's basically how the number of people on Earth increase over time. It happens when the number of births is higher than death. Right now, we're going through a very fast change more than ever. The global population just passed 8 billion people in 2022. To put that in perspective, just 50 years ago, it was only around 4 billion. And this is also driven by advances in medicine, food, and living standards. So, yeah, that's double in just a few decades. But how did it get this way? Let's look at how population growth has changed through history. The rapid growth curve. Population explosion after 1950, which you could see here on the graph. There's been industrial revolution and medicine, growth slowing but still going. For most of human history, population growth was super slow. People were limited by disease, war, and lack of resources. But around the industrial revolution, everything has changed. Medicine improved, food became easier, to to produce, and people started living together. That's when the curve on population graphs started shooting up. That's what scientists call the population explosion. Now growth isn't just about numbers, it actually affects our daily lives in ways most people don't even notice. To continue why it should matter to us college students, it impacts our economy and jobs, increase housing, education costs, affects climate and environment. It also encourages sustainability thinking. As a college student, we see signs of population growth around us all the time. Crowded cities, higher housing costs, limited resources, and even traffic. More people means more demand for food, water, jobs, and space. It also means more competition for opportunities, something we can feel when applying for schools or jobs, which is really competitive now. And while that pressure is part of what drives innovation, it also has serious side effects on our environment. The environmental and social effects are urban crowding and pollution, deforestation and resource depletion, strain on food, water, and energy, and also global inequality. The more people there are, the more we consume land, water, and energy. Population growth leads to deforestation, pollution, and higher carbon emissions. Think about it. Every new person adds to the demand for electricity, food, and transportation. And according to the UN, human activity has already changed 75% of the Earth's land surface. And most of that pressure comes from population demands. But while the environment pays a big price, there's also a human side to all of this, one that brings up the question about fairness and ethics. To continue, ethics and integrity, past unethical population policies, importance of human rights, academic integrity, and research. When we talk about population, it's not just about numbers, it's about people. Some countries have tried to control population growth through policies like China's one-child policy, which raised major ethical issues. The challenge is finding solutions that respect human rights while also protecting the planet. Ethically, it's about making sure we handle growth responsibly, not blaming or restricting people, but educating, empowering, and giving equal access to healthcare and opportunities for more people. So, how does all this connect to our daily lives and choices? Our real life connections, how our generation fits in with technology, jobs, and sustainability, small choices, which are big impacts. Even small actions matter, learning about global issues and supporting sustainable brands. For us, population growth connects to the jobs we'll get, the food we eat, and even where we live. As future leaders, we'll face questions about sustainability, how to make sure we can meet our needs without hurting future generations. And while it might sound overwhelming, there's actually hope for the future if we make a smart and ethical choices now. To continue highest and lowest population rates, these countries on the left side have very high birth rates and young populations. Like Niger has fastest growing population in the world. Angola has rapid growth due to high fertility. The Democratic Republic of Congo, which has large young population. Uganda, growth fueled by high birth rates. Chad, one of the youngest populations globally. On our right side over here, the lowest and negative growth rates. Like Bulgaria, one of the fastest shrinking populations. Latvia, low fertility and high immigration, yeah. Lithuania, population decline for decades. Japan has rapid aging and very low birth rates. And Italy, among the lowest fertility rates in the world. So looking ahead, the next decades are crucial. Education and equality reproduce overgrowth, everyone plays a part. The UN projects that the global population will reach around 9.7 billion by 2050, but growth is expected to slow down as education and access to healthcare improves. Countries with better education, especially for women, tend to have lower birth rates, which shows how knowledge and equality actually make a real difference in the world. So as we wrap this up, let's remember that this isn't just about global issue. It's something that shapes our future as individuals and as a generation. For my conclusion, population growth affects our environment, our economy, and our cities. It challenges us to think about how we live today and how our choices shape tomorrow. Whether it's in science, politics, or personal choices, understanding population growth helps us build a more sustainable and fair world. And again, thank you. My name is Henry. And before I finish, here are the sources I use for my research.